I got a weird piece of news for the
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Well, PlayStation's had almost no news all month, so this is about the only thing I could find. So I figured we'd talk about it with air quotes around this entire conversation. So what we're seeing here is a website called sportskedia.com. I'm not going to verify they're accurate, but this is what we have to do if we don't have any other news.
Yep.
Leaks are reporting that the PlayStation console, the next console, the PS6, is likely to be delayed until 2029 or later. Hence the latest rumors. Now, this website is taking this information from a tweet. That tweet is from a guy on Twitter, or X rather, called Pirate Nation.
Yeah. It's Twitter.
Yeah. Once again, I don't know this guy, so I'm not going to verify that this is a valid, credible leaker. But he states here that, let's probably switch screens for y'all. He states here, Sony expects to extend the PS5 life cycle with the PS6 likely delayed longer than many anticipated, according to Sandstone Insights Japan analysis. Whatever the fucker that means. We'll just skip this.
Yeah.
Sony's CFO stated the PS5 is midway through its life cycle, hinting at extended cross-gen support. Rumors have shifted from 27 to 28 to possibly 29 or later. 29. This is all hypothetical. Here's what I will say. And this is probably crazy to a lot of people.
Yeah, I want to hear your take because I've got one.
So, not really about this because I'll cover my opinion on the delay in a second. Okay. But here's the first thing I want to mention. This is probably going to shock a lot of you. The life cycle of the Series X and S and PS5 right now is at, I believe, 7 years, which is the
7 years.
That is the PS3 to PS4, 360 to Xbox One. That is the life cycle. So we're at the end of that.
We're at it now.
Yeah, which is really crazy to me. I feel like the gen we're in just came out 3 years ago, but we are at the end of it on a normal cycle.
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy to think about. So I think that just comes down to a lot of factors, a lot of things. I mean, there just hasn't really been anything massive that is exclusive to this gen yet. It's kind of been a weird year, I feel like. Tied in with, I don't know how much of a leap it was from the previous gen to the current gen. It blends together. It blends together a lot. There's not much going on there. So that leads me into this. I think they could delay it to 2029 because I don't see a massive increase coming for the next gen of consoles either.
Yep.
We're getting to the point where we're getting to the capacity of what we're capable of. I distinctly remember PS2 to PS3 looking like it looked like a whole it looked like we were going into the future, right? If you show me Bloodborne and you show me what fucking came out on this gen from FromSoft,
Elden Ring.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an improvement, but it's not a life-changing experience. It's
not the jump that we've seen in the past.
Not even close. Not even close. So we're getting to that point where it's like, boy, we're really reaching critical mass here, and there's just not much more we can do. So for me personally, totally fine with them delaying consoles as long as they need to, especially if we can keep delaying it to get out of this crazy tech world that we're in right now, start to get the pricing back down to a normal state, because people are not buying a console for $1,000. I'm sorry, it's not happening. No. It is not going to happen. No. The fucking Xbox ROG Ally X $1,000, possibly more handheld.
More now.
Reported it's going to go up. Yeah. There's no chance that thing is going to sell much, I don't think. I mean, it probably will sell, but we're outpricing the consumer here. So
expensive.
Delay it as long as you want. I'm happy with my PS5. That's my take. What's your take on this?
Okay. You said most of what I was going to ask you first, like, how do you feel about this? You've already answered that. I am totally fine with this. It does come down a lot to what you see from generation to generation, and it's getting smaller, from what, graphically a system can do. I mean, look at Forza Horizon 6. I mean, how much more realistic can you make a game? Sure, they're going to add, tweak stuff here and there, but you just don't see the leap that you've seen in past generations. I remember I worked at GameStop back 20 years ago or whatever, and I remember we got the 360 in as a display unit, and we put in a Ghost Recon. Fuck, what one was that? Future Soldiers. I don't even remember.
I remember Future Soldiers. That was a good game. Yeah, that was a great game.
I remember seeing that for the first time and going, "Holy shit! This is what this can do." Now that was my first like, "Oh my god, this new generation is really gonna push this," and that's awesome. And I do kind of hope that can continue. But we're getting to that point now where it's like things are just they look so freaking good already. Like it's gonna kind of taper off on what we see these new systems able to do. So push this out to 2029. Push this out to 2030. I really don't care. We still got life in these systems.
Absolutely. My big whoa shit moment was MotorStorm. I remember when I saw the original MotorStorm on a display, I shit myself. I was like, holy fuck, that looks crazy. And then I played MotorStorm last year. It looks like fucking shit now. But it was a fucking massive change. But yeah, like you said, I mean, you know what's crazy? You have Forza Horizon 6, which is getting better lighting, sure. But it's a moderately minimal graphical
minor
right. But it still takes just as long to make that game as it did to make a PS2. Like it's the same production time as a PS2 racer to MotorStorm was. Like that massive graphical leap, that's not happening anymore. It takes the same amount of time to produce a new game that looks exactly the same because there's so much that goes into it. So it's just, plus there's nowhere. We got to be goddamn close to the ceiling. And you know what's also crazy about this? What's also really crazy about that? I remember playing PS3. I was like, I couldn't wait for Madden to look more realistic. I couldn't wait for the sports games to look better. And now it's like, give me a fucking art style. I'm tired of the realism shit. Like, give me a indie with a wild aesthetic. Like, take me back to that because I've seen enough realism. Dumb it down.
Well, maybe that's the direction. Maybe that's the direction these games need to go to give us that same feeling that we got when we saw this new generation, tech. Give us a crazy art style that maybe wouldn't have been possible on a previous generation.
Yeah.
Do something to really incentivize why people would need to upgrade to the next gen console. I mean, otherwise people are still gonna play the one they already have.
Exactly. We can talk about this for a long time. We are out of time.
Should.
So,
pretty much.
Let's continue down along with this shit.